Hello everybody, Mr. Atrophy here, and a tank update. There's a few things going on. Ooh, and there's one right there. See that little wormy thing right there? I've been removing those from the tank right now. I'm not exactly sure what those are. They sure as hell look disgusting. And it's another one of these critters that I never realized would be in my tank. First, I noticed the Dittrius worms, and those have pretty much got to the point where they're not on the glass, they're not settling. They've migrated back into here. There's been enough Dittrius eaten where the bloom of them hasn't driven them out. The same thing with the little itty bitty cyclops shrimp. Those have went away. Now I've got about 200 baby snails in the tank, but those are food, so I'm really not worried about that. But that little worm that's swimming around, today I've seen probably 6 or 7 of them in the tank. I've removed 3, and I've watched a couple of them get sucked up in the filter. Now, I've sort of looked those up, and they seem to be a common roundworm. Another thing that's just in the tank that's going through the soil and sometimes goes up into the water column. The problem that I see is that the dwarf puffers I'm going to be getting, hopefully in a day or two, are going to eat those. And if they have any kind of parasites, or if themselves are a parasite, I don't want the dwarf puffers to get those. So I have to be careful. And just like anything else with the tank, if you really do care and you're picky like me, I want to know everything that's going on in my tank. I know the more that I know about the tank, the healthier it's going to be. And the more you know, the more you're going to be able to stop problems before they become major issues. And the more you know, the more you can prevent problems before they start. So this is another one of those. And there are snails. Either fighting or fucking, I'm not sure which. They're doing that way too much. I really can't wait to get dwarf puffers because I'm sick of having baby snails. But prevention is part of this too. Knowing what a problem is and cutting it off in the early stages can be key. And see, there's another wiggler. Those things are just gross. If anybody knows what these are, I know I'm a little scatterbrained this morning. That's been happening a lot when I'm just waking up. So if anybody knows what those are, and I know they're not Planaria, everybody calls any worm they see in the tank Planaria. And if you're saying that, you really don't know what a Planaria is. Planaria are flatworms. This is obviously some species of roundworm or some other sort of parasite. So, get back to me, and just like anything else in the tank, when you see something that you're not familiar with, when you see something behaving oddly, start doing research, start asking questions.